Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. You sort of have to wonder how long the Democratic Party is going to keep back in this whack job that's running around out of control over at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. You know, when the clown first came on the stage, people were mesmerized with his charisma, with his ability to read the teleprompter, with his hope and change. And he's turned that into a total nightmare. Prior to the second presidential election, he never would have been elected if it wasn't for the fraud that he committed on the American people. They kept all the information that they could away from the American people, knowing that it would be devastating information. What do you think would happen if the American people knew that Benghazi was a front so he could distribute weapons to his buddies, the Al-Qaeda, Mujahideen, the Taliban in Syria through Turkey? Do you not think it's rather strange that even after a year went by, we still don't know what really happened? Well, we do know what happened, but no one's able to prove what happened. Even although there's 34 or 35 survivors, they know the truth. They're being polygraphed, what, every 3-4 weeks? Their identities are being changed. They're being put into a witness protection program. You think the American people would have even considered 10 votes for this guy if they knew all of the criminal activities he was involved with? You think that they would have put him in office if they had any idea how devastating this Obamacare is? Mitt Romney, if he would have been elected, was going to get rid of it. Instead, Obama hid the truth. He hid all of the little jewels that keep popping up out of Obamacare, like no drug prescriptions. What did I hear today? Well, plans are like doubling in price. Doubling. And the deductibles, they're out of sight for most families. And the coverage? Well, the good thing is men get coverage for pregnancy. Huh? They get coverage for birth control pills. Well, actually, they don't get coverage for birth control pills. I don't know if they do or if they don't, because it's so confusing with Obamacare. Nobody knows anything. You think he would have got in a second time if the truth would have come out? You think he would have got in if the truth came out about the NSA back then, or about the IRS back then, or about the EPA back then? I don't think he would have got in. You know what I mean? That's why they suppressed all that information. And once he got in, he could care less. He ain't leaving, folks. He ain't leaving. And the Democrats, if they continue to support him, well, they will be leaving. They'll be leaving in droves in 2014, because this affects pretty much all Americans, not just the minority groups. It affects all Americans. And you ain't seen nothing yet. You wait till the employee mandate kicks in, and you're going to have 130, 140 million people uninsured. You wait till January 1st, 2014, when you're going to have a whole lot of people uninsured. Over 5 million were canceled. And those 25 or 30,000 that think they got insurance, they don't have anything. The administration lost 15,000 records. They don't even know whose they lost. You talk about incompetence, but then again, what do you expect? What have you got? You got a community organizer that stole the office of the presidency. The guy is clearly clueless. He's clearly so far over his head, it's pathetic. Yet he's still allowed to be commander-in-chief, as he's destroying our military. He's still allowed to be president, as he's not honoring his oath of office, which was to protect the American people against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. He can't do that because he's both foreign and he's attacking us in our domestic country. The thing's a joke. The thing's totally insane. It's completely out of control. And whose fault is it? Well, I don't know whose fault it is. I truly don't think that most Americans voted for him. I think he got in because Acorn. I think he got in because fraudulent votes. I think he got in because multiple votes by criminals that shouldn't be allowed to vote. Al Franken's a prime example. Al Franken should never have been made a senator. He won by 150 votes when they found he had, 500 felons vote for him. But that was too late because the judge already ruled him to be the one that won the race, when in fact he lost the race. But see, they couldn't change it because the judge already ruled. I wonder if that judge was a liberal judge. You know what I mean? I'm sort of inclined to think so. Well, what do you think? I told you what I think. I think we're all screwed. I think we're really all screwed.